Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking, right? Out here in the lab. And yeah, I'm in the book. I'm cherry picking. I just picked a good lesson. This is titled Introduction to the Path of Mystical Religion. I'm going to shine religion in a positive light on some religion for you. How about that? And if y'all would learn to use that book the way it's intended, you'll be a lot smarter in understanding of what it is they're trying to get across to you. See if I can help you out with that. All right, let's rock. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories. For life, I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practiced daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? When I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows and knows not that they know is, a person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. Okay, right thinkers, peaceful philosophy on introduction to the path of mystical religion. And you hear it said mystical religion. It's the reason why I pay attention. That's the tipping scale point with this one. I showed you the diagram. Okay. And this is important because the end of the game is to become spiritually enlightened. Religion is to get you to God by hook or crook. They got their way. I chose the yogic way. Five different disciplines. I'm going to break them down for you as we go. But religious concept, religion has three steps that have to be followed. And if you don't master them, you're never going to get the benefit of what the mystical experience that you're supposed to have if you do it the way it's intended. That's the purpose. And all of them are to get you to what? To God. Or know thyself, any way you want to describe it. All right, let's talk about it. Don't make the mistake and believe that the path of religion and its attendant myths are just for the ignorant masses. Right there. And what they're saying is, all y'all religious followers who not 100% invested in the religion that you claim to follow makes it look bad. How about that? It ain't the religion. It's the people who profess it. I know a bunch of people who claim to be Christian, but ain't nothing Christian about them. But they claim to be Christian. And I wonder, why would you do that? Okay? Our church, I go to church every week, pretty much. And I fellowship with Christians. Okay? And I'm not a Christian. I don't claim to be Christian. I don't do religion. But I fellowship with like-minded people who follow God. So understand that. But what I'm seeing is a lot of people claim to be a Christian and they don't do Christian stuff. So I wonder, why would you do that? I'm Christian. Okay, what makes you Christian? You live like a Christian? I don't need you to tell me you're Christian. I can look at you and tell you you're not a Christian. So for you to try to convince me that you're a Christian, don't waste that time doing that, please. Don't waste your time. Okay, moving outside. But the masses, they consider y'all to be ignorant, so they give you our religion. That's what I'm trying to tell you for the last 10 years that I've been doing this with you, teaching you the concept. I don't do religion for that reason. Why? They give it to dumb people. It's for the masses. Pay attention. But this also, the religion also contain a higher mystical message for those who can truly and correctly understand how to read the myth and understand the language that's being presented to them. Spiritual importance and the application of their teaching to the world. If you don't understand what the preacher is saying, how you gonna use it? My preacher say all the time, but right, I'm about to step on your toes. Why? He about to teach. I ain't got a problem with a preacher teaching at all. I don't preach, so I'm a teacher. I get every now and then I might get a little preachy, but no, I don't do the preaching thing. That's what he do. But outside of preaching, he teach. He break it down, explain it to you. I leave there feeling good about the message. Why? I learned something biblically. I'm not gonna read that book. I'm not gonna spend my time, but I go get the message from my dude. Okay, so understand that. And again, I'm not a Christian, but my pastor tell you, if the people at church was all to a person said, "Brother Wright, a good Christian," because I come and acquiesce and accommodate myself. That's all. Moving on. And when you do that, they will respect you. They know they don't need to know nothing except that I'm there celebrating, worshiping with them. I'm participating with them in what's going on in the church. I'm a member, far as they're concerned. I don't pay tithes. I don't pay dues. I don't do that nonsense. I bring church money to the church. Every time I come, I bring something to the pot. Donate, yeah. I incorporate that in my little, lifestyle. Again, I don't go there and I bring nothing. Moving on. It's supposed to be free. That's what they say. But no, I understand the bills got to be paid. The building got to be taken care of. So I know that ain't money going to God. Like they try to tell you, God needs so. No, he don't. God don't need a damn dime from you. So spare me with the theatrics, with that nonsense about when you're dealing with money. When it comes to money, people get real funny. That's why I don't interject business with money or pleasure. Money is money. Keep that over there. Anything else, if it got money involved, it's going to go awry. Why? Y'all don't know how to act around money. I had money before. I was nigga rich. I had $100,000 in my pocket. Yeah. Just okay. So money don't excite me. Made it, had it, messed it up. Okay, whatever. Foolish money was soon part. Yeah, I had money, but I was foolish. I don't have it no more. Now I'm a wise man. I ain't got a dime in my name, but I represent wealth. That's all I can do is represent it. All right. What was I sorry about that? But yeah, religion. I don't have a problem with it if it's practiced correctly, understood. I love. Why? It's a beautiful thing. It's how I communicate. I get my spiritual love from my religious Christian family. So I understand it. Trust me. But I'm not going somewhere where ain't no love there. Nah, my house, I can feel the spirit. And anybody I bring to my house, I'm picky about who I bring there. They all get to understand it. Yeah, the spirits I bring here. Yeah, we bring it. Okay, moving on. But they also contain important messages that you can use. That's the purpose of the book. Basic instruction before leaving Earth. As I stated earlier, religion has its purpose, and it has 3 stages. Pay attention. The myth that everybody knows the story. Yeah. The ritual. Everybody partaking, going to church. First Sunday, they do the communion. Okay. But if you know the myth, you practice it, you practice the ritual. You're going through the motion, but are you living the lessons that you're being taught from that book? Ding, 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 ding. Live it. What? Yeah, you have to practice what they're trying to teach you from that book. And it says here, the first stage is the myth. Second stage is the ritual. The third stage is mystical. What do you mean? That means something's going to happen. The Kundalini serpent, when you start living right, he's waking up. That's how you wake him up, by righteous living. So there's an advantage there for those who do it, whether they know it or not. If you're living right, the Kundalini serpent going to rise, whether you know it or not. Okay, that's the autopilot that it goes under. So if you're living right, whether you know you waking your Kundalini or not, you're living right, you'll be rewarded. That's the reward that he gives you. It's built-in mechanism. Watch this. And religion's trying to teach you how to get it, but they don't do a good job at it, obviously, because it's getting miscued. Because the third part should be the mystical experience where you and God become one. It takes you're supposed to get connected to God. Religion's job is to connect you to God. Not a bunch of believers. I believe in God. Love the pastor. Love my pastor. T.D. Jakes. What happened? Y'all loved him. Because he was preaching the word. Okay, and guess what? He gave you some good philosophical, biblical words that if you practice it, you know it's good stuff. I never said it was wrong, but when you practice what you preach, you can teach it, and then it can flourish and grow. But he got caught out there what? Double lifestyle. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If you go into these places of ill repute, don't tell me you mistakenly went to the house of ill repute, thought you were going to the church. No. You know what's in there. And if you go in there, beware. And that's all. But now you find out what you're doing while you're in. Oh, Lord. So moving on. Again, the whole point is to get you connected to God. And all God messengers who are doing that ain't practicing what they preach. Perfect example, my man Alan Watts. He tell you, I'm a fraud. I can teach this stuff. I can give it to you, but I don't practice it. You could. See how it works. It works if you practice it. So I get the concept. But ain't nothing worse than a bad preacher. If you're not walking that walk that you preach every Sunday, I'm not wasting my time with you. Moving on. I'm a good title. Moving on past that. But you got a good teacher or a good pastor who practices what he preaches. That's the one you want to follow. That's who I follow, my dude. All right. But the myth, once you practice it, the myth is a form of a language that conveys basic tenets and lessons of what we call spiritual teachings. Also, it is a conveyor of culture that is related to that people who practice that religion. If you're a Christian, you can't come into the Christian concept with Masonic or Islamic points of view. Take it to the mosque. We got Muslims over there. You go there. Judaism, go over with the Jews, the synagogue. Christians practice. I got that. I ain't bringing right thinking to my Christian people. I just come in fellowship with them. Moving on. All right. But in doing so, maybe every now and then they check me out and let them get some lessons that they can live by. But again, those people who practice their religion, they are 100% invested. Why? I see them. I fellowship with them. I understand. Those are what I call good Christians. They're good people practicing the Christian faith. No problem. All right. But therefore, in order for you to understand my Kemetic religious concepts, it is necessary for you to be able to understand the language of the ancient Kemetic culture. Okay? The language of Kemetic religion is storytelling of the Neteru. Nature, okay? The word Neteru is commonly translated as gods and goddesses, okay? We didn't call them that. We call them, we know what they are, but the definition in modern times for new culture, they call God and goddesses. Again, understand that. So, but however, the word actually means cosmic forces. Luke, use the force. He didn't say use the belief system. He said use the force or the cosmic nature of things. We understood nature, and understanding the Neteru nature gives us insight into totally understanding what ourselves. And since these are, in effect, the manifestation of our own deeper divine being, we are spiritual beings. We should have spiritual knowledge. That means knowledge of self. Why? We are spirit beings, not human beings. We are human in flesh, but we're spirit beings. But the language of the myth, that is the activities and relationships, the stories that's related to the Neteru, we're trying to teach you how to be. Haru is the spirit that's in me and you. That's the story of us. Fighting what? The moral fight within ourselves against who? Our evil uncle, our ego. They landed out for you in storytelling form. The Bible does the same thing. Y'all want to make the people literal. Damn that, just get the lesson. Never mind the messenger. Just get the message. And when we study, that's the main thing. We done got lazy. Nobody wants to study. Everybody just wants to give it. Just tell me. I know. Just tell me. No, put your work in. Pick up a book and read it. Everybody asks me, you gonna write a book? Hell no. Why? Y'all don't read books. That's a waste of my time. Okay? You know how much time it takes me to sit here, study, go through this, put it down in my mind, lay it out, and then present it. That ain't... Moving on. Y'all could care less about that. All right, excuse me. But it becomes clearer when you study these aspects. It becomes clearer what the origin of creation. We always start with the creation, the noon. What? Maya represents the beginning of creation, duality. That's why I express that in all my lessons. It is what the nature of human existence as well. We are supreme. We obtain supreme knowledge, which leads to spiritual enlightenment. We call that's the great goal for what? Religion. Not right thinking. For religion. The religion purpose is to do that. Religion is therefore also the same goal as the mystic practices of yoga, which is what I practice. We're going to get into that in 1 minute. I'm laying it out for you. Hopefully you can understand it I got this thing for you. Let's go. Thus, you understanding the origins of nature. That's always starting from the beginning. In Egypt, we had 3 different stories from about the beginning. No problem, but they all went to what? To get you to understand. That's all. They said this. He said that. They got this. Understand, stay focused. And the storytelling, and they all are interrelationships of what? The netaru, as well as then being practicing the rituals related to your worship, whatever religion you practice, of that netaru. In Christians, it's Christ. I get it. I understand that. Leads in Allah and Islam. So, but the netaru is what leads us into our mystical awareness of what? Of life. And that we call what? Nihas. Your own experience with God is Nihas. AKA, y'all know it better as what? Spiritual resurrection. You are spiritually dead. I'm going to raise you from the dead level of ignorance of yourself to knowledge of self. You sound familiar, my brothers? I know y'all know that. Why? I did that for years, okay? Symbolically, I done raised a bunch of people from the dead. Now, metaphorically, symbolically, I'm doing the same thing with what? Spiritual knowledge, knowledge of self. Still doing it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm still at it. Okay, where we at? Now, and it's also, thus, when you understand the origins of nature, the beginning, the story, again, story and the interaction of the natural, as well as practicing related to that practice, your worship of what? The God of your understanding, the faith that you follow, religion, whatever it is, just be 100% invested and you will reap the benefits of doing that. Being a Muslim and not practicing the tenets, you're not a Muslim. What makes, if you ain't doing the thing that make you a Muslim, why you profess to be a Muslim? You make the Muslims who do it, make them look bad. Like the Christians profess to be Christians who ain't Christians. Oh, we got more Christians than anybody else. We get blah, 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 blah. But religion's the biggest problem in the world today. Why? Because y'all are leading it. Y'all got it wrong. How about that? Well, you got a point there. I know. I always got a point. So shut up with that nonsense. You talking and listen sometime. Pay attention. What you saying don't make no sense. Let's go. I hate having conversations with people who are going to teach me something they don't know. The province, the actions, relationships, the impetus of each netero, I told you, each God and goddess is an aspect of your character, your being. You master each one of them. That's how you master yourself from that concept, philosophically. And it reveals what we call the mystical high secret, which is obtained wisdom of the Kemetic mysteries. You study them, you emulate them, you practice them, you find them out for yourself. So therefore, your understanding of these is one of the major tasks to reaching of you being a spiritual aspirant. You're growing, who chooses the religious path as their main avenue to spiritualization. That's fine. My pastor, that's the road he chose. I chose the other road. 2 different roads, but we're going to end up in the same place. And when I got there, he was already there. I still freak out about that. Why? He knew God before I did. He been knowing God a long time. That's why I listen and follow him. Why? I see, I get it. Say, I see, said the blind man. Okay? So, biblically, that's my dude. Okay? Philosophically, I got that covered. We the odd couple. We guys odd couple. He's a good guy. I'm Oscar. I'm raw. I ain't sloppy. I'm just raw. No, you ain't sloppy about me. I just bring it to you. I ain't got to dress it up, make it sound good or feel good to you. I'm going to just give it to you straight between the eyes. Bop gun. Let's go. Truth going to hurt. But it's the truth. So medicine helps you. It don't always taste good. Okay? Pay attention. All right. Now let's talk about the religion and yoga. I've been breaking this down for you for a while. I'm trying to get you to understand they're the same thing, just doing it different. That's all. The goal is to get to God. The goal is to live righteous and do right by people and handle your business. We all got the same goal. And whatever religion, whatever you practice, they all got the same thing. Okay, understand that. So how are the disciplines of yoga and the mysteries related to religion different? Again, religion got 3 steps. Yoga got 5 categories of disciplines. We call them disciplines. Wow. We laid out the laws for you. We lay it out for you. We give it to you. Tell you what you're supposed to do, how to do it. All you have to do is do it. Now you become the master of your destiny. Why? Because you're practicing the things that's going to get you where you want to go. If that's the road that you want to take. The road I take is arduous. It's narrow. Ain't but one at a time. You can't link up. You can't bring nobody with you. Nope. One person. Okay? Sound familiar? So the word, let's define religion again, please. The word religion don't mean spiritual. It means you comes from the Latin word religare, which means to link back, to take you back to the source, take you to God. The source is God. This implies to link the individual, human soul, back to its original source, aka again God, the universal soul, the all, the absolute, the nurture. Everybody got a name for God. Okay, that's fine, but all the attributes is the same. The name is different, but all the attributes stay the same. Omnipresent, omniscient. Okay, yeah, that's God's calling card. So whatever name you give him, you don't have no problem. And like I say, we all say something different, talking about the same thing. Again, I just discussed, the word yoga is an Indian term. It means, watch this, to yoke. So what's the difference between yoking and linking? There's none. They both trying to say the same thing. It yokes or joins, implying to join your individual consciousness to universal consciousness, become one with God in consciousness. That's God is spirit and consciousness. The heart and the mind have to become one entity. That's what represents God and man. The temple not made with human hands. God dwells in the heart or the midst of man. That's the heart and that's the mind. The Hermetic principle says all is mental. God is mind. Okay? While it is true that the yogic practices may be found in religion, again, but strictly speaking, yoga, and I say this from a long time back, is neither a religion or a philosophy. It should be thought of as more of a way of life. I told you I live this. Discipline for promoting a greater fullness of experience of one's life while here. I'm living my best life, practicing the philosophy that I learned to master over the 30-year period. I'm teaching those who want to learn it. Why? I'm enjoying it. That's fun for me. I'm in my little lab right here doing my thing, helping somebody else out. I'm doing my good deed, my selfish service, other than me doing whatever else I do outside of this. Again, I do other things. All right. But it was developed at the dawn of history by who? By those who wanted more out of life. See, it's more than just this one life. I'm going to live it, be the best. No. It's something else. Okay? They knew that. And yoga was the practice of mental, physical, and spiritual disciplines for one's mind, body, and soul to be taken care of in earnest. And that's what activates the Kundalini, the 7 chakras. And when you become enlightened, you hit third eye vision. That's spiritual vision. But meditation is the way to get to God, commune with God. It's all up in the temples, not made with human hands. That's the mind. But these disciplines will lead to self-control, self-discovery, and purification of one's mind, body, and soul, so as to discover your deeper spiritual essence, which lies within every human being, and the object and the goal in the universe. We all are the same. We are the microcosm or the macrocosm. Everything going on up there is going on down here. They've been proving that with all the books of wisdom, all that good stuff. Yeah, we've been trying to get the message across. Everybody doing anything. I'm just another link in the card. That's all, doing it my way. All right. But so in essence, the goal of yoga, right thing philosophy, practice is to unite or yoke one's individual consciousness with the universal consciousness and the cosmic consciousness, God. Yoga is not an escape from life, but it's a more profound way to understand and live life so as to succeed and have a better life. I can attest to that. So therefore, ancient Egyptian religious practices, especially in terms of the rituals, mean living it, practicing it on a daily basis. Make it part of your life. That's what Mayat does. And in other practices, the ancient Egyptian temple system, known back then was Shita Netta. I told you that. And break it down to Egyptian yoga. Why? Shita Netta means the way of the hidden supreme being, meaning the way of God. Amun, where he's hidden inside you. We're teaching you how to find him. And this may be termed as the yoga system. For those outside, it's Egyptian yoga. They called it the Egyptian mystery system because to the outside people, it was a mystery to them. They didn't know. Okay? So, in this sense, all religion in its purest form, again, this what I respect about religion is a yoga system. Okay? As it seeks to what? Reunite people, individuals, with their true and original source, God, with what dwells within them, not outside them. To give you knowledge. That's what the whole point of knowledge is, to know. Spiritual knowledge, that's God knowledge, knowledge of God. Religion encompasses three levels: the myth, ritual, the mystical, philosophy, that if done properly will get you to God. My pastor is living proof for that, and my Christian family all can attest to it. I see them all do the same thing. Living right, doing right, and treating people right. That's Christian. I ain't got a problem with them. Love them. Many students of the ancient Egyptian religions have focused on the religious stories, okay, of our ancient Egyptian concept as mystical fables or superstitious rants from a long lost civilization. That is ignorant, ignorant, ignorant. I've been studying the Egyptian philosophy for the last 30 years, and I'm still learning. I haven't mastered it. I mastered how to live it. I mastered how to practice it. Yeah, but I'm still learning. I love that. Okay, so in the Egyptian yoga book series, I got all of them, we successfully teach you the teachings of mystical spirituality were carefully woven throughout our ancient Egyptian mythologies. We tell a story to teach, to get you to learn and understand something. And it says here, I'm going to wrap it up with this one. I'm going to be back here. I got another page. I'm going to start it right down. But right here, it says, Ba, A, Pet, Sha, A, Ta. Soul to heaven, which it comes, God rests in heaven. Body to earth. So whenever you tell me that Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father, Enoch went up to God, I'm not going for none of that. That's all. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. And this is from the Per M. Haru text from 3200 BCE to 2575 BCE, a philosophy that been practiced and proven way back there. So I don't have to argue and debate. I'm just giving it to you. You can do with it what you wish. But the ancient Egyptian religion centers around the understanding and getting the knowledge that every human being has an immortal soul and a mortal body. Spirit and matter becoming one. That's who Asar represents. We've been telling you that since forever. Watch this. And further, it holds and teaches that creation and the human soul have the same origin. The universe and us. I tell you that again. This is all I learned this. They tell you that, but you got to study for yourself, and then it makes a lot more sense to me. I'm understanding why. I put the time into learning and practice it, so I know it. But how can this momentous teaching be proven and its reality experience? Put it to use. Don't just learn it, practice it. That's how. And this is the task for all right thinkers who practice the mystical spirituality, not religion. Why? Because religion in its religion in its three stages, phases, and or the practice of yoga disciplines. Either one, when done correctly, will get you where you want to go, to God. Okay, I'm gonna break down the next disciplines of yoga fall into 5 major categories. I'll be back with that for you in the next lesson. Right thinking right now, I gotta cut it down and get out and go to the gym. So in closing, may all my right thinkers live to be 100 miles a day. So I never let my right thinkers who understand now the spiritual religion and yoga path is going to the same destination and passed away. Be you a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, or a philosopher. Don't make a difference to me, Buddha, but God is within you. Once you realize that, you can be your best self by what? Knowing yourself. May you live forever if you learn who you are. That's the goal. That's the concept of right thinking philosophy. I'll be back.